In this week's portion, Balak, the Torah tells us the astounding episode of the talking donkey. Bilam had a passion to curse the Jewish people. He was hired by Balak, the king of Moab, to do so. God did not want Bilam to go. But Bilam defies the desires of God and proceeds on the road to the encampment of the Jewish people in order to curse them. Bilam is riding on his donkey. All of a sudden, the donkey swerves to the side of the road, and Bilam hits the donkey. Torah tells us what happened. An angel of God with a drawn sword appeared on the road. The terrified donkey swerves to the side. The donkey saw the angel. Bilam did not see the angel. They continue on the road, and the angel again appears in an area that is even more narrow. And again, the terrified donkey swerves to the side. Bilam doesn't see the angel, and Bilam hits the donkey a second time. Finally, a third time, the angel appears in a very narrow path with only two walls on either side, and the terrified donkey swerves to the wall, and Bilam's foot is smashed, and then Bilam, in anger, hits the donkey again a third time. And then the donkey opens up its mouth and says, "Why'd you hit me? Haven't I been your faithful donkey all these years? Have I ever put you in danger before?" Bilam, one of the smartest people in the world, acknowledges error. What happened here? What is the interaction? And Rabbi Avram Pam, of blessed memory, explains based on a medrash that the donkey was saying there must be something unusual. This is not my normal behavior. And if you know me, if for all these years, and you know how I behave, and you know how I act, and you see how differently I acted now, how unusual, you should realize that there's a reason. You should realize that something is happening that is causing me to act in this way. Rav Pam continues that there's a beautiful lesson in our interaction with one another to learn from the talking donkey. Sometimes we see a person who usually acts in a certain way, and then they do something different, and that seems totally out of line. And our reaction is, we snap and we say, "Oh, what's going on here? That person needs to be straightened out." It happens, for example, with a person who's usually calm and even-keeled, and then all of a sudden they burst out in anger. And then what is our response? Our response is an angry response and say, "Whoa, we've got to straighten this person out." Actually, when we see a deviation from usual behavior, or a deviation from the things that we know are important to that particular person, we, instead of a knee-jerk response, instead of us snapping in anger, our response should be, there must be something wrong. There must be something unusual. Maybe there's something deeply hurting that person. Instead of our responding in anger, our response should be one of compassion and love and trying to figure out what is really bothering the next person. Have a fabulous Shabbos.